It's the Soul Fantasy Show, Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for December 2nd, 2020. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for DraftKings and Fanduel, Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, it's at 3:40, so it's treated like an NBA game, guys, like a regular Wednesday NBA or MLB game. Now, I'm gonna pretend you don't know anything about this slate and just go over the whole thing with you. So right on top, we have Ben Roethlisberger, who's probably the best play that I see and everyone else in DFS sees at the moment. With these numbers here, even if he gets a 17, I'll be happy with that. If this guy gets a 17, I will be happy. So whatever he gets, I'm going to be happy. It's going to pay off. He might, not break 18.5. But because something that people are forgetting is this. The defense, all right? Yes, the Steelers their defense will have a better chance at annihilating the Ravens because they have a backup quarterback who is Robert Griffin III. His stock is up. Robert is in. Lamar Jackson is definitely out. He's completely out. He did not clear protocol. Robert Griffin III is the quarterback. He is 5,100, I think. Okay, he's 5,100 and 6,000. He has no stats. You don't know what's going to happen with him. He's 51 on regular. You can play Wednesday to Sunday. Or for this, he is 8,400. So back to this. Just because this little old D is really cheap, they're not going to do anything. But they can at least slow the game down is what they're going to try to do. All right, so John Harbaugh is obviously the coach. So the defensive coordinator is Don Martindale. And what is he going to do? Slow this game down as much as he possibly can because he knows, and he knows he does not really want to have his offense on the field. He wants to tire Pittsburgh's offense out and put his defense on the line, who seem to be okay. We could look. So let's look at the depth chart here. Ravens depth chart. So I'm going to look at this and just see maybe who's out on D. So here's the guys that are out. Brandon Williams, Calais Campbell, okay? They're out. Okay, Justin Marduke's out. So that RDE spot, not looking good, okay? So that's already a problem. This is the starter, okay? Defensive end, all right? So I guess he's the right defensive end. All right, so at the moment, they don't have a single right defensive end. So they're going to, Tyrus Bauer is in. So I assume Wolf's questionable. The left defensive end is questionable, Wolf. I'm assuming Wolf's going to play because they really need Wolf. So I'm assuming Wolf and Washington will take those roles. So Project Washington is going to start here. All right, so he's going to move up from the LDE to the RDE spot, obviously, and play tons of downs, hopefully, if Derek Wolf's in. If Derek Wolf's out too, there's going to be a fucking big problem with the Ravens. I don't think he's going to be out, but if he is, you do not want to see this game. It's going to be a bloodbath. I'm just showing you the defense is very important. Sal Vetri, you should look at defense. You shouldn't just punt defense. You should look deeply into it. Look, see this right defensive end? There's two guys out. All right, I'm pretty much done with that rant. Sal Vetri's all pretty cool, dude. Yeah, his picks have been pretty bullshit this year. Alvin DFS gave me some great picks. He's been off for a couple weeks, but Noah, DFS by Noah, is awesome. Soul DFS. All right, so our best players are right here, but don't just take this word for it. You have to keep an eye on this running back situation. There's McFarland, Justin Hill. There's Gus Edwards. So there's also Mark Ingram. He'll be playing. Mark Ingram, 4,400. Yeah. So let's put a target on him. I like Mark Ingram today. I think Mark Ingram's going to have a lot of role in this game script. They're going to have to run the ball to slow things down. So they're probably going to go with. You could go with Dobbins. You could go with Ingram. I would probably fade Hill and Justice Hill and Gus Edwards and Justice Hill out. Unless you're feeling sexy and you want to put sexy ass Gus Edwards in. Yeah, that's the only reason you would do that if you want to play cute. Because the sole stud of the day. No, he's the sole mid-range stud of the day. In for Connor, Benny, Snell Jr. All right. We're going to go a lot with Snell. You load up with Snell, but as your main running back from this list you see here, I don't like anybody there except, like I said, these guys right here, Mark Ingram and Dobbins. I like both of them. All right, so we're looking at our tight ends. You have a good choice tight ends. I'll show you in a minute. And you have Boswell. You got to get one of these guys in your lineup. I would say 20% of your lineups should have one of these guys in there. And I would say a better amount would have the Steelers in. They are very, 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 very expensive, but yeah, they're pretty damn expensive. So yeah, you're gonna be on. So the best way for me to show you this slate is to go directly into here. No jokes. Claiming my crowns. Man, they used to give me dollars. Now they're giving me 3 damn crowns. All right, so today I'm going a little lighter. I'm going to do 60, the mini max. I'm going to go 60. My Patreon members are getting the top. They're getting all these 25-cent quarters. There's actually 20 of them. Yeah, so that's what you get for being a Patreon member. It's $1 a month. And look, this right here is $5. So that's just something he's just doing today, Patreon members. So let me just go in there to my thing. This is me. My Patreon members can come right into my DraftKings. They're going to win the million with me, and I'm going to break them down and share it. When I win, I come in first. Flex, right off the bat, I'm going very expensively with there. And here, this is how I like. This is how I'm going to like 50% of my lineups out of 60. So 30 lineup, no. I think I'll do 18 lineups like this out of 60, okay? I don't care about the RG3s and this. I like Snell, but I'm not crazy about Snell. All right, at the moment, Dobbins has. Okay, see here it is. Dobbins and Mark Ingram will be eligible from the COVID-19 list. So sorry about Draft Dashboard. They are very backed up because obviously Gus Edwards. So Mark Andrews tested positive on set and has been ruled out. So Mark Andrews is out. Dobbins and Ingram, the second, are in. So I like Ingram. So that's the first guy I want to go with. There he is. He's only $5,200. That's a very good price for that man who's going to be he's going to get all the carry. I can't believe Gus Edwards costs more than Ingram. That's where they're trying to trick you. Don't fall for it. Just ignore Gus Edwards. Fade his beautifully sexy ass out. This gorgeous gentleman right here, I would not play. I would have him in 5%. So out of 60, I'm going to put him in 4 lineups. Something like that, I am going to play him, but not this lineup for this video. Now, this guy I like here. All right. Now, we don't have a lot of money left. We only have $1,800. I don't have a kicker. Snead's only, Snead's a little expensive, so I'll just get him right out. And then just look at the kickers. For this first off video, I'm going to go there. So now I have a good choice of guys. I have, don't think, oh, I can't roster these guys because they're under 20. No, look. You have Tomlinson, Adams, Tomlinson, his sole sleeper of the day. So for this video, he was signed Tomlinson to the practice squad on the 23rd. Now is the 1st. There has not been an update about whether he is active. According to Alvin, I think he's active. There's no news for him at all. Obviously, these guys are fucking active. Nobody's going to be on the practice squad for the Ravens. I'm going to go out. I'm going to shoot out there right now and just jump out there and tell you Mark Andrews is out. This guy right here, Tomlinson, or Adam. I don't know who they're going to go with. I could not tell you. This is something that we're going to try. We're going to try. For this, I'm going to do 2 lineups. So here's the first one. I do that one. Okay, and I'm going to do the same one like that, but with the other guy. So you don't have to take that risk. And they're only at 1% here so far. So I said here. Now, I really want to play Gus Edwards, but I'm going to just show you how to do this. So I went there, and then I'm just going to go here. So whichever guy is playing, I cover that, but I can't do that all the time. I mean, you don't need to. You don't need to. Keep them low. Keep those real extreme value players very much lower than you think you're going to have to roster them. Because I'll show you when I do my next lineup. Because look at the percentages. Everybody's going with what I just said. Roethlisberger, Johnson. That's what I like. That's what the people like. That's the chalk. But who do I like in this next lineup at captain? Somebody who's low owned. So then you switch off to a lower owned guy. So our lower owned guy is Brown. So now we got a lot to work with. So let's go off the percentages. So in this case, I would love to just throw Roethlisberger and Johnson right in, but let's check a look. And maybe we could try McFarlane over Snell. Should I go McFarlane over? I think I will. I think for this video, for this lineup, I want to go McFarlane. So, all right, don't call me out on that. But there's also Duavany, who you could go with. There's Boykin. There's Bryant. I like Des Bryant. There's James Washington, very inexpensive. Ray McLeod, I don't think I will have in my lineup. Gus, I will. And I will not have much Justice Hill in my. Probably we'll just go with what it shows here: 3% for McFarlane, 6% for Cloud. So I'll put Justice Hill in one lineup, and I'll have Ray McLeod in one lineup, obviously, but not together or not with any of these other values I've showed you. So that's how you would do your lineup. Please stick with the video, and you will learn over time. If you watch all these videos fully, you will start being able to very elegantly construct a roster all the way to the quantum level. The quantum level is Ray McLeod, not Hill. He's not even on that stratosphere. Duavany, he's like a quantum player. McFarlane, quantum. Quantum means it's so small of a shot, like you can't even see it. So most people aren't going to roster it. The quantum world is so small you can't see it. But, look how small this little group right here. Out of all these guys, Boykin, Washington, McLeod, Gus Edwards, and Hill, none of them could get you could waste your time rostering these guys and none of them get a touchdown. Because this game, I think you should probably avoid these guys because this game doesn't have a quarterback that's been in for a while. If, as you can see, most people are staying away from RG3. But for this one, we'll put him in. Because I am going to have, out of 60 lineups, I'm going to have him in 12 lineups. 12 to 20 lineups. Probably 20 lineups. I'm going to go with him. The Steelers' defense, I am starting to think, is a little too expensive, guys. I mean, look at their numbers. 17, 12, 18, 18. Oh, man. For 7,800. So, for now, put them in. But let's look at our 7,800 guys, not Snell. Snell is much more expensive than the D. Don't think 8,800 is anywhere near 7,800. It's way different. But they're under each other, so don't think that. You could play Dobbins is 7 in the 72. That's it. Dobbins is the only guy I see there. And he's not even cleared on here. I think he's playing. Yeah, he's playing, but he's not cleared off this yet. So you could go Eric. He's getting only 5 to 6 targets per game, guys. 4, 2, 3, 4, 6 receptions. That's not their targets. Here's his targets. 7, 6, 6, 5, 8, 4, 6. He's not going to go over 7. Well, this is with Lamar Jackson, and he has not gone over 7 targets. He might target the crap out of this guy today because it's a different quarterback. All these shows I've seen all day are still trying to compare their rosters to the same Baltimore team. This is a completely different team. There are still guys that are there that are the same. That doesn't mean shit. Lamar Jackson was the MVP last year. Remember that? Whether he just runs a lot, I think he can throw fine. I don't know what people are talking about. So, but some people think that RG3 is a better passer possibly than him. So when I say put Tomlinson in, don't put him in like 20 lineups. I'm not putting him in right now. So now I have 15,000 for one guy. So bam, that's my guy. Then I can just either fade Eric out or fade the D out. I can go bam. I'd rather have him in than their D. But now you can't get the D in, so I can just fade him and him out and get the D back. But I have that, and there's McFarland back. So that's how you manage your lineup. You see what I did? You see what the fuck I did? I elegantly managed it and put that out there as one of my top, probably going to be my top lineups. I'll show you some more. So we see these guys, we see the values, we see the ownership, we see who's not owned, who is not really owned. All right. Now let me get some lineups here first for you. Oh, Steelers D. Juju Smith. A lot of people think he's losing out to other people. They're going to throw RG3, Gus, Dez. Dez is a good play. Let's talk about Dez. Okay. Dez doing nothing that I can trust him in. Can't trust him. Definitely can't put him in the MVP spot. Roth, can trust. Griff, can't trust. Gus, can't trust his sexy ass. Juju Smith-Schuster, I can't trust him. Eric, I can. I know he's going to get 7 targets. Hopefully, if the coach just goes through the same game strip with the same different dude. Smith, Ben, Dez, Ebb. Okay. See, Clay. Okay, Chase, Roth, Ed, Mark, Steels, and Dovney. So Dovney's a good play. But he doesn't have anything to show for it. None of them do. So there's going to be 5-1s. Let's go over what a 5-1 is and do it. 5 guys from the Steelers, 1 guy. We'll start off with our pair 3, 4. I see we banged shit out. Hill, We're banging it out so fast. This is the last time I want to put Tomlinson in for a while. Because I'm going to overdo Tomlinson, and if he does nothing... See, that was that's a 2. Sorry, that's a 4 and 2. I just like that lineup. Let me do a 5 and 1. It's the Soul Fan Show. All right, I think I want to just go here with my 1. I could definitely go there with my 1. And all right, so I have 8,000 average each. So I'm going to go to Snell first to keep my average where it was. Okay, my average stayed the same. If I go Steelers, my average stays the same. I have 3 guys left, 3 Steelers. If I go Ebron, my average will go up. So now it's at 9. I only have 2 guys left, and I have to get 2 of these studs in there somehow. How do you get 2 of these studs in there? You just fade Roethlisberger out. You fade guys out, and you just go bam. And then you just, I'm not just going to throw him in, but I'm going to put him in there for a second. And wonder who I'm going to fade, because I'm going to have to go there and go back on to him. And I'll go there, go out of there. No, you can't really get out of that. Maybe I can go like this. I know I'm fucking this lineup up. Sorry, guys. And, yeah, we're going with that value that we're not really is great. Now, this lineup is very amazing. This is a 5 and 1 that I just discovered. Now, you'll discover it yourself playing with the lineups. Dude, you got to do a lot of lineups, and you'll get used to it. You get used to doing stuff like this, making a lineup like this. So I got everybody I want in here. All the wide receivers. Man, there could be 5 touchdown passes in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, maybe, so 1 is a running back. So that's how I cover myself. So yeah, I have 4 wide receivers and 1 running back. So maybe I could, like, you know, I'm also fading out Claypool there. So this could, I'm going to do that first. And then 2 more 5 and 1s for you real quick. So, like when I went there, let me just go cheaper. If I go, I'm going to put this man in. So, and then I'm going to go there to raise the roof. And I'm going to go Brown. So I'm going to, that's a 4-2. 4-2, spend all money. That's 4-2, spending all the money. You don't really want to spend all the money. It's not going to win because the computer will generate that kind of a lineup. Your competitors that are using computers and not doing it by hand. So, I mean, that doesn't mean one that doesn't spend all the money will win. It can still win. It's high. So don't be discouraged if you spend all the money. When you just leave over 200, that's like so common. I would probably avoid that altogether. Unless you're playing cash. Like that lineup right there I just did is a good cash lineup. All right, so I'm going to go there. I don't even care. And we're going to go Brown. So Bry. And we can throw people in. We can't throw him in, though. It's pretty tough. 86. We can't even get Snell in. We can't get Snell in. You can't do this lineup unless you do this. Brown's the savior here today because he's the best wide receiver that you can find. So, look, I left 1,100 on the table. Most people are going to go like this. And that leaves 100. But we're better than those people. We're going to do this. Or we're going to do this. That's, just part of it. That's what you do. You don't make a decision on your heart. You make a decision on what makes sense. Like Brown is an amazing captain. If he does something, I really hope he he pays off because I like him at the captain spot. So now I have 6 of A3 guys. So McFarland I like. Hill is okay. Hill and McFarland are pretty good plays. Boykin's probably a pretty solid fade. But for this lineup, we'll just throw him in there so we can just play with stuff. And then we just put Shoesmith in there. So look at that. Look at that. We can either go like this. This is pretty nice. This I think we'll stick with. I left 300 on the table. It's going to be a fairly common lineup. There's 71,343. That's not that hard, guys. 71,000. It's kind of hard. But think of it, like, if you come in like 30th place with like 7,000, I mean, the next time you'll get better and you can move up, and eventually you'll be taking out 71,000 person slates in first, second, third place. You start off slow and you grow. All right, it's the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show.